Well, after having a few days off in Rome, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. I think it's time to get ready to hit the road again. First of all, we need to check out that map, see where we're going. This map of Queensland. Queensland here. We're in Roma. We need to make our way up to Townsville up here. So the next 4 days we're going to get to Emerald here. That's 400 kilometres in the 4 days. Then up to Charterstown and then to Townsville.
My first taste of climbing since southwest Western Australia. Yes. What are these things that go up? Oh, the hills, aren't they? Hills. Yeah. Oh yeah, I just remembered coming out of Port Augusta, that was pretty hilly.
.170 kilometres to Ralston, so there's nothing between here and Ralston. So I packed up the water, got 7 litres on board, and hoping to do about 120 k's today. I had the old sidewall explosion yesterday. Tried putting a tube in it, but that didn't last too long. It just exploded again. So 2 explosions in 1 day was pretty good. A couple of 100 kilometres outside of Emerald here, which is the closest place to a bike shop. Had to thumb it for about an hour or two. And after that, some lovely man from Vanuatu came and picked me up. Drove me to this place next to the river here. Where I camped last night. Luckily, it's only about 1 kilometre away from the bike shop. It's the only bike shop for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kilometres, so very lucky. 200 kilometres in the van. There's 2 days of riding I didn't need to do, but well, I'll get this cleaned up, get it down to the shop, see if we can get a new tyre put on it. And for future reference, always take a spare tyre with you. This is my 6th tour. Every other tour I've taken a spare tyre except this one. So, very silly move, but from now on I'll never ever tour without a spare tyre. That'd be a conveyor belt for the coal mines out here. Black gold. Alright, we've swapped the... Jesus Christ. Alright, well, we've swapped the beanie for the hat now. Now that we're in Queensland, the sun's starting to get a bit of a bite to it. Rode 127 kilometres today up this last little bit of a worrying stretch of road. It's only worrying because it's 371 kilometres and there's only one stop. There's only one place to pick up water. So I did 127 today and we just stopped on the side of the road to see if we can find a place to camp. It's a bit difficult to camp here in Queensland because of all the long grass. They had floods in February which made all the grass just grow. And I think I've found a place here though. So just in here, we'll camp up for tonight. We're just next to the road here. I won't be having a fire or nothing though because of all this grass here. So this will be a camp zone, and tomorrow I need to bang out another 136 kilometers to get to this river bridge campsite that should be able to camp there anyway. So yeah, that's the plan. The sun's setting now, so I'll get set up and hit the bed. So bogged, so tired. Well, the sun's coming up on a lovely day here in Queensland, hopefully. Time to get packed up and hit the road early. The sun's just peeking its head up. We'll check out the map first, eh? So we started a couple of days ago here in Emerald. We did the 111 kilometres up to Clermont, and yesterday we did the 127 kilometres to about here. Now we've got about 50 kilometres to go to get to the roadhouse here where I can restock on water, and then it's 200 kilometres of nothingness up to Charters Towers here. Then it's straight across to Townsville and then up to Cairns. So this 200 kilometre stretch is a biggie, but first we need to get some water here at the roadhouse. This is a 371 kilometre stretch that I was talking about, so I want to do that in 3 days. So that's the story. 3 days, 371 kilometres. I'm feeling a little bit tired, to tell you the truth, but we're going to push on. We've still got another 800 kilometres to go, I'd say, to reach the final destination and a bit of rest. Yeah. Oh, this is about Yando crossing. Last stop for 201 kilometres. So, continue on. 201 kilometres to Charters Towers. Here we go. After a big day, 139 kilometres, lots of hills, lots of strong headwinds. I've made it to a rest bay, a rest area. Toilets over there, shelter here. So this looks good enough for me to set up a tent in here tonight and get some much needed sleep. I think there's about 115 kilometres to go to Charters Towers, which I've been hitting that pretty hard the last few days, just because this is such a open sort of area here, so I just wanted to get it done. It's not a bad place to camp for the night. At least they've got a toilet here. They've got water here, but it says non-potable. But I just tried it and it tastes fine. It seems to be just coming from the roofs anyway, so I'll boil it. She'll be right, mate. She'll be right. So we'll set up our tent in here tonight. We've got to get up nice and early tomorrow because that headwind's still going to be here. But it doesn't normally start till about 9 or 10 in the morning, so really need to get going about sunrise. So, set up tent, eat, Sleep, sleep, sleep. Wake up, ride, ride, ride. My life. Well, I'm racing the wind this morning. Try to get an early start so that wind normally cranks up about 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. So we need to do as many kilometres as we can before the wind hits. Woo! Yeah. Lots of hills, lots of wind over the last 4 days. Pushing on, 100 kilometres to go to Charters Towers, where I'll take a big sigh of relief. Finally at Charters Towers. Well, it's been a pretty full-on 4 days, travelling the 505 kilometres from Emerald up past Charters Towers. So the 4 days we'd left Emerald here and we'd travelled now up to Charters Towers, and I'm camped just 23 kilometres east of Charters Towers. Tomorrow we're going to make it to Townsville. Hopefully it's another 115 kilometres. Well, I've run out of power, so solar panels are outside charging up my batteries, and I've run out of water. So it's time to head down to the river here, see if we can filter some water. Well, she looks pretty low there, the river, but it's still flowing. Time to go. 135 kilometres to the Pacific Ocean. Hopefully for a smooth day. Lots of hills. We can do this. One big hard long push. I made it. Made it to the Pacific Ocean. From the Indian to the Great Southern, now to the Pacific Ocean. Fucking did it. Bloody awesome to be waking up at the beach here. About 10 days ago it was -3 in the morning. All my water bottles had ice in them. Now, look at this. At the moment, during the night it's getting to about 13 and during the day about 28 degrees. So, yeah, just wonderful. Have 350 kilometres to go up that way to Cairns, and that'll be it for me. But at the moment we need to be charging solar panels as much as possible because I haven't been staying at the caravan park to get any charge. So for the last week I've just been relying basically on solar panels just to keep me all charged up. So yeah, we'll get some breakfast now, pack up and ride a few k's up coast there. A bit closer to Cairns. Beautiful day. I wish the days were as beautiful as the drivers were in Queensland here. No, I wish the drivers here in Queensland were as beautiful as the days are. But the drivers are shocking. Try to find a place to camp tonight. Hate trying to find a place to camp in town. These trees are bloody beautiful though. Oh, looks like this is going to have to do. Still a bit too close to houses for my liking, but I'll wait till the sun goes down and then set up tent. Yep. Pack up early in the morning, no bother for anyone. About 15 kilometres to go to Cairns. I managed to get my bike box sorted out from the wonderful people here at Giant. My bike isn't actually Giant, so it worked out nicely. So Giant are going to give me a box so I can box up the bike and put it on the flight, on the plane. Awesome. Now, got about 7 hours before my flight, so I think I might go to the foreshore, see if I can get a beer. 3 months and 6,000 kilometres and we made it across Australia. Pretty tough going there sometimes, but mainly that was due to the weather and the wind, of course, and the trucks and the crazy car drivers and the lack of food. But apart from that, it was great. Yeah. So now I'm in Laos. I'm just started my next tour of Southeast Asia, but you can see more about that in about a week's time when my next video is out. So, here we go.